Hey guys, and welcome to another First Impressions video, the video game series in which we look at a recent release game and I give you my first thoughts and impressions on it. Today we're looking at Junkyard Fury, which is a horror survival game with a difference. It appears like it's a cross between Dead by Daylight for single players and Christine, the film by Stephen King. It's certainly an interesting concept, and it does have its jump scare moments, but on the whole it's a pretty simplistic game. As always, we'll look through the options first, and then we'll jump straight into the gameplay and I will show you what it's all about. Let's not waste any more time, let's jump straight into it. As I said, this is a very simplistic game. It looks more like an alpha or a concept than an actual full release title. As a result, there's really not a lot here. You've got sensitivity, volume, toggle timer, credits, leave, and then apparently realistic engine sounds, which are just there. The engine sounds are not that realistic. The menu is very sparse, but then the gameplay and the graphics as a whole are also very sparse. So I'm not really surprised at the lack of options here. Let's look at the game. Alright, we're in the game, and as I said, the game is very simplistic in its graphic style. The idea is that you've basically got to find 5 keys and escape. This is why I said it's very similar to Dead by Daylight, but for single player. You only play as a survivor. There's no secondary objectives. It's just a case of run around, find the keys, and get out. Now, you've just noticed the baddie of the game, which is why I said it's like Christine from Stephen King. You have a ghost or AI controlled car with no driver that follows you around and patrols, and if you get seen by it, you will get run over and die and have to do it again. It does have a air of oh fuck about it. And obviously you're against a car which can move a lot quicker than you and will find you and mow you down relatively quickly. So it's going to be a lot of learning patterns and trying to figure out where he's going to go. Now, the biggest problem with this, from what I've seen, is that the map is rather huge, right? It's a big map, and there's, as a result, a lot to sort of find with it. Now, the other problem is that the car seems to be able to see you from a very long way away, and it's got a rather large peripheral vision. It would have made more sense to have it direct on rather than trying to, you know, or making it so it can see you from literally any direction. Now, to my knowledge, when you are in these buildings, you are safe, although it will just constantly try and kill you regardless, and everything shakes. The other thing is that as you go through each stage, it will get harder. It will add more to it. It will add more layers. It will add more cars. But on the whole, your objective stays the same. You are to wander around, try and avoid being killed by the cars, get 5 keys, and get out. I can see this being fun for a little bit before it gets rather dull rather quickly. I feel that if they maybe had a smaller map, or even a mini map on the corner, it would make it easier to navigate and not necessarily easier to figure out or avoid the cars, but it would certainly give you a bit more of an advantage and make it not feel so against you for no reason at all. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like the maps are very plain. There's not a lot going on. There's not a lot that you can climb over. There's no real way of getting out of the way of the cars, and especially if they're going to make more and more spawn, it's just going to get more difficult and more frustrating the more you go. But you might like that. You might like it. I don't know if they're planning on making any graphical improvements. Like I say, it does feel very much like an alpha over a fully released title. But there you go. This is Junkyard Hell. It is pretty much as it says on the tin, and you are going to get seen and taken out by cars very quickly over and over again. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I hope to see you all next time. Ciao, ciao.